Welcome to Hooked on Enduro and the first episode of Couch to Glen Helen. So first let me start by explaining the backstory that led to this project. In 2020, our shop moved down the street and we moved locations a mile down the street. In that same year, we also rolled out a new point of sale system. Well, with those that were locked down and or working remotely, it led to a lot of people deciding to take on projects on their properties, and it resulted in our shop being exceptionally busy, coupled with the fact that a lot of people were moving to Wyoming during that time period. So for us, or for me personally, it resulted in a stint of about 6 months where I was working 7 days a week, 14 to 18 hours a day, didn't take a single day off, and racing enduros pretty much came to a halt. Trail riding was very sparse. Pretty much my diet consisted of anything that could deliver to the shop, whatever was on our candy shelf at the front counter, and way too much Pepsi. The following year in 2021, we didn't move, rolling out a new point of sale system, but things continue to be extremely busy. We've had even a lot more people moving to Wyoming, projects kicking off, and we're very blessed that we were able to stay busy and keep going. However, it still was a very busy year, which resulted in a lot of stress, late nights, poor diet, no real time for exercise, which in the end resulted in me seeing the heaviest number I've ever seen on this scale. And I decided at the end of 2021 that I wanted to do something to make a change about that. Around that time, I'd also been reading up a lot on the Baja 1000. It's an event I was really interested and always have been very curious about doing. It was also about the same time that the 24 Hours of Glen Helen had finished, and I was watching some stuff. And it's an event I've always been interested in as well, but I've been reading about the results and how that went. And I had the thought, it's like, I'm a person that thrives on setting hard goals. And the harder the goal, the more serious I take it and the harder I push. So I decided I didn't simply just want to set an arbitrary goal of losing weight. I wanted to set a goal that would be very challenging and hard, even at the best of times, something that would really make me have to go above and beyond what I would otherwise, and to really kind of stretch myself to accomplish. So I decided that I'm going to race the 24 Hours of Glen Helen. Now, for those of you that are watching that are not familiar with the event, it is a race that's held at the famous Glen Helen Raceway in Southern California. The event runs 24 hours nonstop. Most frequently, people race it as a team of generally between 4 and 6 riders on either 1 or 2 motorcycles, depending on the class you're in. The course is generally about 9 to 12 miles long. That uses the Pro Outdoor motocross track, a trophy truck track, as well as single track that goes throughout the rest of the property there. And for those of you not familiar with the term single track, it's essentially mountain bike style trails, narrow, tight, technical, windy, rocky, and such. So I'll be racing this event, but I've decided that I am not just going to race it, but I'm going to race it in the Ironman class. So meaning I will be racing the entire 24 hours, starting in the morning, through the day, through the night, into the next morning, completely solo, 100% by myself. And this is going to be a very challenging event at the best of times, and I figured if I'm going to set an aggressive goal to chase, this is about as good as it's going to go. It's about as hard as it's going to get. So for a little bit of context, last year the winner of the Ironman class rode over 660 miles nonstop through that 24-hour period. So this event is going to take not just a lot of physical fitness, but there is also a very big mental toughness component to it, and how you prepare for this event is very significant and important. So this project, the Couch to Glen Helen project, I will be taking you through my whole experience of training for this event, including the losing weight, training for the event, both on and off the bike. All this while still trying to balance a really demanding work schedule. I'm not a filmmaker or a vlogger. I'm an industrial salesman, and that's my professional background. But I did take a broadcast journalism class once in high school, so at least I think I have something of base knowledge that I can work with to keep this at least moderately interesting for you guys. Throughout this year, I will also be doing some race recaps for the Rocky Mountain Enduro series, so a means to document kind of my progress as we go. So I'll be doing, so the Rocky Mountain Enduro circuit is a regional enduro circuit that their races are between northern Texas and Wyoming, scattered throughout the year. And so I'll be doing some racing that series as my normal series on top of this, but I'll be using those events as a means to benchmark my progress with my training and practice, and then I'll be sharing those on this channel as well, although not part of the Couch to Glen Helen series, but kind of connected. So if this is something that you have an interest in and following, I recommend you like and subscribe so you can see these videos as they post. I'm going to try to post them on a somewhat regular interval, but with my work schedule being as aggressive it is, it may not always be super consistent. So the best way to know when they're coming out is to subscribe, and I invite you to come with me and take the journey of going from the couch to Glen Helen.